You're listening to Comic Reflections, episode 102. I'm your host, Nicholas Prom.
I'm Chip Barnhart, keeper of the eternal flame.
Oh, man. Belinda Carlisle?
Is that a song?
Is that some? It's some 80s singer girl.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if it's her. I don't know if it's her, though. Comic Reflections is brought to you by Rhymes with Geek. You can find our show and plenty of other cool ones like All New Anti-Fanboy, Feed It Comics, Super Podcast of Magnifico, and a bunch of others, plus lots of articles and things at rhymeswithgeek.com. I want to urge listeners to please subscribe to us on either iTunes or Stitcher. And let's talk about comics.
Okay. Oh, the kid.
Change it up, you know.
Yeah, the kid who knocked out Superman.
Yes. It's from Superman number 259. And the kid who knocked out Superman was written by Cary Bates, penciled by Kurt Swan, and inked by Murphy Anderson. Oh, and it's everyone's favorite, Terra Man again.
Terra Man the Terrible.
Man.
He. Ugh. Here we go. Last week we had a kid, and now we have another kid. All right. So, you find Terra Man in prison. It's really cold. The furnace is out. So Terra Man looks at his prison tattoo. I guess it's not a prison tattoo, but he's in prison, so.
Yeah.
TM.
For Terra Man.
Oh, okay. Oh. Or I thought it might be trademarked. So he concentrates, and all of a sudden, the prison's hot. I mean, the prison was moved from, I don't know, outside the metropolis to the deep desert.
Weird. And
except for Terra Man.
Yeah, so he's just standing in his cell that's no longer really there, in an empty space. He moved the whole prison with his mind. Mm-hmm. Which, man, that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, it is. Not bad.
He does all this weird stuff, though. It seems like they just make, and he can do this also.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. He's kind of like a Batman in that respect. Or the silly Batman,
now he can also have this ridiculous gadget that is exactly what they need for that. Okay.
Yeah.
But,
so the Bat Shark Repellent.
Yeah.
Which was hilarious.
Yeah.
And it was meant to be hilarious.
Yeah. So Terra Man gets his cool costume back.
And he just thinks about it and he gets into his outfit.
Yeah. And he gets his cool flying horse, which is named Nova, right?
I think so, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, so Clark is on the news, and there's a bulletin about Terra Man. So here we go again. He's on the news. How is he going to get out of this? And I don't know. I didn't mind him when he was a reporter, but this is just stupid. And don't you think? I don't know about your new anchor, man. He's always disappearing. What's up with that?
Yeah, it's super suspicious, and being a reporter was great because you could just be out chasing his stories and then duck away and become Superman.
Yeah.
And this, it's like, I have to find a ways to, sneak, play hooky from work,
Yeah, in front of millions of people.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, And all right, someone holds up a cue card, says 2 minutes. He pretends like it's 10 seconds.
And then he changes it with his heat vision. He makes it look like the card looks like 10 seconds.
Yeah, and then this poor kid gets fired. So,
yeah.
I guess. Well, you don't get fired, but I don't know if he does or not. Hopefully not.
But it's
a lot of crap.
Yeah, it is.
But I don't know. I don't usually. I like him getting these kind of scrapes, but I don't like it here, and I'm not sure why. Is it because it's just too stupid, or is it
yes.
too impossible, or something?
Well, it's just like it's one thing if you were just like trying to trick like one person, making an excuse,
or a dozen, but a million.
Yeah, he's on television. This is the time where Superman, Clark Kent goes from being the best kept secret identity, but like people were always trying to find it out in the Silver Age. Mm-hmm. In the Bronze Age, it's he's just like does all these dumb things that would totally makes people suspicious all the time, and then nobody's trying to discover his secret identity. It's like the whole world is totally oblivious.
Yeah.
It's insulting to the reader.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Alright. So he goes out and
As Superman.
As Superman. And let's see, and he has lost his superpower. His super strength.
Yeah.
Which is odd. So
yeah. And at this time they're doing lots of things to give him temporary weaknesses or lose a power or weaken his power.
Although I'm not as I don't know. It's just they don't do it well.
Yeah, I remember that last Terra Man story. He had that weird birth spasm.
Oh God, that was stupid.
I know. Well, and this is like he just mysteriously doesn't have his super strength, and so he's got to use his other powers. Mm-hmm. Terra Man puts a lasso around him that basically splits him in two, or makes him think he's split in two, and so he's fighting his torso is fighting his legs, and it's dumb.
Yeah, it looks kind of cool though, but it's sort of. But he thinks. Okay.
He has some weird connection with this sick kid who has a pet lynx.
Yeah, so he thinks the word lynx, and he gets super strength, and he figures out, oh, it's all fake. But can you really kick your ass if you imagine it?
You like mind over matter, like or psychosomatically, kick yourself in the face. I don't know. I think the answer is no.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, but Terra Man is like blasting him with something from his flying horse, and Superman flies away to fix an antenna or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Terra Man can read minds.
And he smokes a cigar and he turns into a puff of smoke.
Yeah, so he tried because he. Oh, there's this lynx. Okay, so Superman thought of a lynx, so he draws a lynx in front of his horse, so his horse smells out a lynx in the middle of Metropolis. Hey.
So Billy, who is this sick kid, has the pet lynx, and he's got this weird connection with Superman.
And he's getting his butt kicked.
Yeah.
Alright, so we get the background story. Every time Superman punches something, he gets kicked back. So for some stupid reason, he gets on this. What is it called? They didn't say what the machine is. Transmogrifier, who knows?
Yeah.
And he trades his power with the little boy, and so all he has to do is think of Lynx, and he gets the superpower back. God Almighty!
Oh, doesn't that just suck?
Yeah.
Like a whole lot.
Billy's pet lynx.
Yeah, because I have a pet wild animal in a hospital as a sick kid.
Yeah.
So what's going on now?
Oh God! So
Terra Man shows up to get the kid.
Yeah. The kid is getting sicker and sicker because of this.
Yeah.
Although, why isn't he super strong?
Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Super strength.
So we have a cool house set that I want to mention.
I didn't even see this, and man, I'm excited.
Coming in December, DC's Christmas gift to you. Shazam is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Say it, Billy Batson. Say the magic word, and you become the world's mightiest mortal. Watch out, Superman. Here comes the original Captain Marvel. This was a big deal. DC acquired the rights.
Did it do well?
Not like they'd hoped, but I mean, we've read some of those stories. They didn't play it serious. It's like, what do you expect?
No, they didn't. Did they play it seriously before or something? Or
no, but they're doing a Golden Age kind of whimsical style story when most comic book readers don't want to read that kind of thing anymore.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel is one of the greatest characters in comics, but a lot of his stuff is just not that good.
Yeah.
It's sad because he's so great. I mean, his Golden Age, silly stuff works wonderfully in the context of the Golden Age. But in the Bronze Age, it just feels dopey.
Yeah, not a good dopey. There's a good dopey and a bad dopey.
It's too bad because he's great. Mm-hmm. I love Captain Marvel.
I'm not sure, I don't know. I don't know what they could have done. They could have made him gritty.
Well, they didn't need to. But like these Superman stories aren't like cartoony and silly. I mean, they're dumb.
This one is.
This is bad, but it's played fairly straight.
Yeah.
And I think I would love to read Captain Marvel stories that are sort of like this.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a postmodern Captain Marvel. I guess we have the one. What is that beautiful comic book where Captain Marvel was in the employ of the bad guys, and Kingdom Come, was that it?
Oh yeah. Kingdom Come, the Alex Ross art, Mark Waid wrote it. Yeah, that's a terrific story. Yeah, he was Billy Batson and Captain Marvel were the pawn of Lex Luthor and the Injustice gang, whatever the villains.
Oh hell, this guy is tough.
Well, yeah, it was a big deal when Captain Marvel showed up, and you're thinking like, oh boy, this is the guy, this is the ace up Lex Luthor's sleeve that's gonna end Superman. Mm-hmm. It was really an amazing moment.
He may die. And, because, this is a book where we don't know, there may not be a sequel to it or whatever.
Right.
And it probably won't be, but, so, hey, he might kill Superman just for, because it's in the future, too.
Well,
so.
Right. And also, one of Superman's greatest weaknesses is to magic. And Captain Marvel's powers are from magic. So, he doesn't have as many powers as Superman, all the vision and sensory stuff, but physically, he is his equal, and it's magic-based. So that's really can cause Superman some issue.
Yeah. And he has a better cape, not like his cape.
Captain Marvel's cape? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have that cape. I have the costume.
That's right, you do. And you look very fetching in it.
Thank you. So, back to Superman.
All right, so Terra Man takes, I was about to say Billy Batson, but it's...
the other Billy.
Yeah. Oh, God. And so,
captive.
So Terra Man, he's a clever cuss. He puts the links in a telepathic shield so everyone forgets he ever existed.
Right.
So now his super strength is gone forever.
Yeah, so Superman has to be able to beat Terra Man without his super strength.
So
Terra Man is really smart.
Yeah, he's clever and mean and nasty. But he doesn't have much personality.
Yeah, he's just a jerk from space. Or he's from Earth, but you know what I mean.
Eli, is it Eli Wallach?
Yeah.
Tuco?
Yeah.
He just died?
Yeah.
If Tuco was Terra Man, wouldn't that be cool?
Actually, you know who would have been an even better Terra Man? Hang on.
Lee Van Cleef?
Lee Van Cleef.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In fact, I want to try and imagine Lee Van Cleef as Terra Man, and maybe I'll like Terra Man better.
Yeah, and it'd be very close. But if Tuco did it, he would just...
hey, Blondie. No, it would be even worse, I think. It would be just so ridiculous. Because I can't get over that voice. But Lee Van Cleef is just, menacing and badass, And he's not even, big, because he's kind of skinny. Mm-hmm. But there's something just cold, calculating evil about Lee Van Cleef in those movies.
Yeah. Oh, they're so good. And,
yeah.
But I don't know.
He's not he's not quite on the Robert Mitchum level, but he's moving in that direction.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
Because Robert Mitchum plays pure evil. Wow.
Yeah, he does that. Yep. Good old Robert Mitchum.
Yeah.
All right. So Superman comes up. He sees TM, trademark.
Terra Man. In the sky.
Yeah.
It's like a smoke signal.
Right. And then he sees Billy Anders, and he comes up and Billy Anders shoots him with a gun and knocks him out.
Actually, it's a crutch that he shoots some energy out of.
That is?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, huh? But okay. And so Terra Man appears to Superman on the face of a watch.
Is that what that is?
That's what it looks like.
Or is it a canteen?
Something like that. But anyway, it is. You're right. But anyway, Superman has been trapped on the inside of a boulder, and Terra Man has figured all the ways that he could break out. He says Superman is trapped because he can't get his super strength.
He's locked up in Tombstone Boulder, one of the oldest rocks on Earth. Yeah, for crying out! All the rocks are old.
Right, it's dumb, but he's stuck inside a boulder. But Terra Man's wrong because Superman finds a way out of it. Because he's Superman.
No, he does not.
No?
Superman does not find a way out of it.
Okay.
Billy Anders does.
Okay. Billy remembers the word.
Right. And then that makes Superman remember it. Which I don't understand that, but...
Because they got this weird connection. It sucks, though.
Lynx. Why not dog? Something.
Yeah.
Or Who the devil has a lynx?
Nobody
lynx are
ever. Nobody ever is the answer.
All right. The difference between dogs and cats. How many people you know own a 100-pound dog?
100-pound dog? That's a pretty big dog.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you know a few, right?
I mean, what's a 100-pound dog? A bull mastiff?
No. Great Danes.
Okay.
You know.
Maybe I've met people who've had them. Sure.
Yeah, right. How many people you know own a 100-pound cat?
0.
Right. Because a 100-pound cat will kill you.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
A 100-pound dog will lick you to death.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
it might step on you or something like that. Oh, it could kill you, but a good dog will not. There are no good 100-pound cats.
Right. So yeah.
Oh, have a pet tiger. Yeah, they get and they maul the neighbors. And
yeah.
So I like cats for what they are, but I prefer dogs.
Okay.
But, don't get me wrong, but you got to keep your eye on a cat.
Okay. So.
Yeah, the stupid Link story. Okay, so he gets out of there. Kind of a cool scene where Nova is dragging this boxcar of gold, and this is where I like Terraman. He's just chilling out.
He's just like folding his legs, laying back on the back of the thing, letting the horse do the work.
This is the only time he has any kind of personality.
Yeah, you think he's like, I totally beat Superman. On to the next thing.
Okay, he's trying to be Clint Eastwood, kind of an evil Clint Eastwood. But Clint Eastwood had his eyes, and he would jostle his cigar, give you a squint, and it said volumes. You don't get that here because there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And
no.
But this scene here is pretty cool.
Yeah. This is about as cool as Terraman gets because he sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he is able to cause a lot of problems for Superman.
But not in an interesting way.
Well, and here's the thing. If Superman is at his full strength, because both times that we've seen him, he's had some stupid problem with his powers.
Right.
Other than that, he would probably mop the floor with Terraman real quick.
Yeah, okay. So Terraman pulls a gun, and he's going to shoot him with a bullet that
would send him to another dimension, right?
Yeah. And Superman quickly bends the barrel and shoots, and Terraman shoots himself with a really dumb expression on his face.
Right. I wonder if he went to the 5th dimension and met Mixer's
Piddly. That would be hilarious.
Wouldn't it?
Actually, that might be fun.
That would be cool if Terraman and Mixer's Piddly teamed up.
Yeah.
That might be pretty rad, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the end of that. And So, this is a little more interesting. It's Superman number 260. Notice we have 3 issues in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. I did not notice that.
Yeah, and the lead story is Keeper of the Eternal Flame, written by Elliot S. Magan, with art penciled by Kurt Swan and inked by Murphy Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
So,
this is Keeper of the Eternal Flame, which is my introduction this week. We get a scene of Superman in a fight with Voldemort of the Flame, and Superman gets his butt kicked.
Yeah, but Voldemort of the Flame is this Viking with a flaming sword.
Mm-hmm.
And he's pretty cool.
Yeah. I like it. I don't know. I always like it when Superman is on his stomach and his cape is draped over his body. This is a cool
Like he's picking himself off the ground because somebody just wailed on him.
I love the way the cape is over. It's just kind of a cool effect. So.
Yeah. And that's good drawn. I mean, because, Cape is going to do things like that.
Right.
So.
Art by Kurt Swan.
Yeah.
And Murphy Anderson.
Yes.
All right. Oh, well.
Morgan Edge.
He's on this video phone. Which actually looks okay.
Yeah.
What a jerk, though.
Yeah, Morgan Edge, he's the boss at GBS, and he is a jerk.
So he sends Clark off on a little expedition to go to Maine and talk about potatoes, which I didn't think there was a thing in Maine.
Yeah, but also Clark gets stuck with I think Morgan Edge's nephew Percy.
Percy Braddon is a stockholder's son.
Oh, that's what it is, and he's a real piece of crap.
Yeah, he's annoying. And not in a good Jimmy Olsen way.
Right. This guy's a punk. He thinks he's great, and yeah.
Could have been funny. So they go to the farms and starts talking. And an interesting, it looks like Clark's got hit by a lot of ink because it's a shadow effect.
Yeah.
But no one else has a shadow effect. See, there's no shadow. Well, there's a little bit of shadow effect there, but
yeah, but we're seeing
big ink splotches. It's kind of weird.
It is weird. I think what it is the shadow of like leaves, like trees.
Yeah, but he's sitting next to Percy, and Percy doesn't have anything on his.
Well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an odd. I don't know. It's like they made.
Maybe that's a weird thing. Well, no, I don't know. Anyway,
yeah.
So Percy gets distracted by like some farm girl.
Oh, well, he does, but Clark wants to be Superman, so he looks and sees this cute farm girl pouring milk, and said, "Hey, why don't you check out the farmer's daughter?" And says, "There's no farmers," and she comes out and says, "Oh, there is."
So Percy's gonna go.
I think there's a highlight of the comic book. I was amused.
Yeah. So Percy's gonna hit on this girl, and so Clark can get away and be Superman.
Because Clark just heard a girl screaming for help, and here's this beautiful Viking. Now, apparently, we already know she's Viking. So.
Okay, so
I'm not giving any spoilers.
So this princess or whatever is about to be attacked by bears, and so Superman decides to hit these bears with a birch tree, which I thought was a weird way for him to beat them.
Why don't you just use your breath and blow them away?
Or just pick them up. You are Superman.
Right.
Did you forget? I think Megan must have forgot.
Yeah, and so the girl disappears in a pillar of flame. So,
weird.
Yeah.
And so...
and then we see Percy got a shiner from the farmer's daughter, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm glad that happened. Because he must have gotten fresh.
Yeah. Not good.
So they're driving along, and Clark sees this village down in the valley.
But there is no... but Percy does not. So, he has to see it through his supervision.
Yeah. So Clark uses the rear view mirror to cause a blowout on the news van. And so
that's kind of cool. I always like those little things. I mean, this is not a great one of those.
Right.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not... hey, 2 minutes is up. It's 10 seconds. Whatever.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
So he sees it, and oh man, he sees these giant furry rats chased by Vikings on big, huge Wolverines. I'm quoting here.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening.
So in this village, or down in the valley, there's a lost or a hidden Viking village in Maine, of all places, where they have giant animals too.
Didn't they landed in Nova Scotia, the Vikings, right?
Sure, I think so.
Yeah. They got their butts kicked by the natives there.
Yeah, so Superman goes and meets Voldemort of the Flame on his flying bird, which is a big old bird.
So there's this huge wind because they're going so fast.
Yeah.
They cause a tornado conditions.
Yeah.
And then they're fighting, and it's like a earthquake.
Yeah. So Superman gets hit with Voldemort's sword, and it does hurt him because it's magic.
Yeah. So, people's crockery is falling off shelves. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. This is an earth-shaking fight, so...
Literally.
Yeah. And so it's pretty cool.
Flame. So he figures out that the flame is what's causing their strength.
Yeah, in the Viking village, there's this eternal flame that's coming up from the ground, and that's the source of their powers and all that jazz. Yeah. And also what keeps the village hidden, I believe.
This is my least favorite Superman thing. When he sucks in something and then blows it out.
You don't like that?
No, it's kind of sucking in poison.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, and then we will leave. Okay, so blows it out. They don't have any power anymore. So they said, "Okay, you are a god. We will worship you. Ask anything you want to." And Superman says, "I only have one request: be my friend." So, and then become friends. He lights up the flame.
Right.
They're all happy. Yay.
Yeah.
But Percy's got video of that village while the flame was out. So
Right.
it's gonna be big time.
So when they get back to Metropolis, Clark accidentally causes the thing to expose the film, so it's ruined.
Mm-hmm.
So Percy just looks stupid.
Yeah. So yeah, but Clark looks stupid because he flicked the light switch on.
Right.
And this is video. This is not videotape. It's film.
Yeah.
And this is what was used then.
Right.
Different time.
Yeah.
It took a while for film to be developed. So this instant news feed is fairly recent phenomenon.
Oh, yeah.
80s, I guess.
Yeah. So we do have a backup story in this issue, and I think we've read a couple of these before. It's like the Amazing World of Krypton or the Fabulous World of Krypton.
Yeah, I haven't underwhelmed each time. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're not great. Some of them are okay, and they're just intended to like, hey, let's add to that mythology. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it's dumb. And this one's kind of middle of the road.
I disagree.
You disliked it entirely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me give the credits. It's "Let My People Live," written by Elliot S. Maggin, penciled by Bob Brown, and inked by Dave Cockrum. So at least a good art team.
Yeah. It's not bad. Although the guys got. These guys got afros.
Okay.
It's kind of anachronistic.
Well, but it's on another planet, so it could be anything, you know.
Right.
So.
All right. So we have the anthropologist in Krypton find this old weapon, and it's a cycloblade used by Hex Lee. So what's up with Hex Lee? All right. There's Kayata and Hex Lee. Okay. The planet Krypton does not turn, so there's not much can grow, and there are two tribes. They're fighting over resources because there's not enough resources for both.
This totally wouldn't work. The science is totally If a planet didn't turn, nothing could live.
Right.
But in this, there's a bare strip of land around the Earth, or Krypton, where things can grow and live, basically. And these two peoples are struggling to survive and share those resources.
So they're fighting, and this one guy gets an idea. We will have each side will raise a kid to be a strong warrior,
a champion,
and then the champion will fight, and whoever dies, their tribe will go willingly to the electric chair or whatever
or just to their deaths,
right.
You know. So these guys, they grow up and they're trained to fight this fight. But once the fight comes, they have a big old fight, but then they realize, like, wait a second. Even then, if we win, that's only a temporary solution. They accidentally cause like this rock because they to like shift or float or something because their weapons have a weird reaction together.
Yeah, because it's super metal.
Yeah.
So then they said, "Oh, well, let's stop the fight and we'll make this weapon and we'll." Oh God.
Yeah.
So they put two big mounds of this metal, one on each side of the world, and they fire it off and they make the world turn.
Yeah.
And God Almighty.
And it is really bad because it wouldn't work at all. If there could be people that could live on there anyway, the planet would work like that already. So yeah, that's pretty bad. I had read that in the past and thought it was okay, but on rereading and then talking about it, I'm like, yeah, no, this is crap.
Yeah, it could have done something different. I mean, it was just they made it too big. I mean, if they had done, we saved the water, or just there's enough, we found more water, or something like that. But not
the whole planet. And Krypton is a huge planet. It's bigger than Earth.
Yeah, even if it's the size of the moon, it wouldn't matter.
Right.
And these are guys dressed up like ancient Greeks, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, for crying, they're gonna figure out how to do this, and this is possible. I mean, we could do it, but you have to have it so perfectly done that by the micro gram of matter and explosive power, or you'll be going off into space. And
Right. It just doesn't work.
Okay.
And you're absolutely right, Jeff.
Yeah.
Don't you feel validated?
Yeah, I do. It doesn't happen very often.
Oh man.
Okay.
So the next issue we've got to talk about, it's Superman number 261, and the story is Slave of the Star Sapphire, written by Cary Bates, penciled by Kurt Swan, and inked by Murphy Anderson.
Yeah, now that's a profession I might be interested in joining.
What's that?
Being a slave of the Star Sapphire.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
kind of pretty.
Yeah.
Although she's insane.
Plus Carol Ferris, she could give you a job, cleaning airplanes or something.
Yeah, man,
at
don't
Ferris
like
Air.
those pantsuits, yikes.
Yeah, well, it's the 70s. Did anybody,
Yeah,
So, for anyone who doesn't know, Star Sapphire is an enemy of Green Lantern, but she's also in love with him.
Right. Just like Catwoman is, I suppose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And mixed us just kidding. No.
Oh.
Okay.
What about Mixus Pitalik and Batmite's torrid love affair?
Yeah.
The love that dare not speak its name.
Yeah. Or what was in the Flintstones?
The
Magoo.
Great Gazoo.
Yeah. Okay.
Great Gazoo is Mixus Pitalik. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So
They should have sued, but oh well. I like it.
Gazoo is funny. So.
Alright, so the Star Sapphire is coming to Metropolis, and you know what that means? Trouble.
Yeah.
So, Lois Lane is on the scene, so you know there's going to be even more trouble.
Yep.
She dresses up, she checks out Star Sapphire's outfit. I like Lois Lane's outfit there.
Yeah, because somebody is because there's the jewel that is the source of Star Sapphire's power. Is going to be on display, and somebody's going to show also a replica of the Star Sapphire, the supervillainess, her costume along with it. Right. So it's part of this exhibit.
And so here comes Clark, is on this helicopter flying over this tavern where he notices a guy is drinking drinking shots with a vest full of nitroglycerin.
We don't know what his damage is.
Yeah, but he's a known crook.
Sure.
So, how does... Okay, here we get stupid. How does Clark get out of a helicopter? This is not just a helicopter, it's a commercial passenger helicopter.
Yeah.
So he hits the shoot ejector button, and it shoots them out.
He and this other guy who's asleep next to him.
And he's asleep until Superman leaves.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, they parachute and land on a rooftop. By the way, Carol Ferris is also on the helicopter.
Yeah, that's a coincidence.
Yeah.
Superman doesn't know about her, so
I guess not.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if anybody really knows her secret identity. That's odd for supervillains.
But you would think you would know, because Superman knows how to pretend to be someone else, and he's seen pictures of Star Sapphire.
Yeah.
You would think he would have a super memory and figure it out.
And I think, because I don't think that Carol Ferris knows she's the Star Sapphire. Right. That's the weird thing. So I think Hal,
cool,
I think Hal, the Green Lantern, knows that Carol is the Star Sapphire. I think.
Okay. No. All right. Well, the guy beside him wakes up, and then Superman goes into the tavern, which is called the
Green Lantern, which is weird.
Yeah, weird. This is not a bad name for. Actually, that'd be cool to have
for a tavern name? Sure.
And so Carol sees it and she gets concerned. Superman
sucks all the air out of that room.
Yeah.
But he destroys the whole place.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he did that.
Yeah.
So he takes his cape and wraps it around. He's going after the guy with the nitroglycerin. He wraps up the guy with the in his cape, and so he can't move.
Right.
Carol Ferris thinks that Superman is fighting Green Lantern. And she's crying because she doesn't have a Star Sapphire. She can't turn into Star Sapphire. She doesn't know why.
Yeah.
Oh, so Lois is with the creator, and they screw up, and she gets the costume and the real Star Sapphire.
Right.
So, all right. So she meets Clark. She drops a package. Clark notices that there's a costume. So Clark is going to have fun. And I enjoy this part.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, I'll just pretend that I think that she's really Star Sapphire."
Right, because the trope of her trying to find out that he's Superman, it seems like she's just given up at this point.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, you're not Superman.
Yeah.
You know, so...
Or you don't care or something.
Yeah. It's a weird time because, like, something that defined her motivations as a character is just not present now.
Yeah, and it kind of... I don't know, I thought it was one of the fun parts about it. I guess I got tired of writing about them.
I guess.
That's a problem with these long-running comic books is they get tired and...
Well, yeah, I mean...
What are we going to do now to make her think that...
Everything has a finite period of where, you know, this works and then before you have to change things up. This is a point where they're changing things up, but there's too much stuff and it's not that good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it's like... It's hard to top the Weisinger era Superman because it's just so great and bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
And there's elements of cool stuff going on, but like a lot of it's just really lame.
Right.
So anyway, Carol Ferris gets the Star Sapphire back because it like floats to her. Mm-hmm. So she comes back and starts fighting Superman.
Yeah. Superman saves an elevator going down. He ties a knot in the cable.
That's cool.
That's kind of cool. So
that's like a Fleischer Superman cartoon kind of thing.
Yeah.
I swear he probably did that in one of those. So.
Yeah. So this is kind of cool. Carol Star Sapphire says, "I'm not going to look for Superman. I'll just cause some mayhem and Superman will find me." Which is very cool.
Yeah, she destroys a window, destroys a fire hydrant, blows up some jerk's motorcycle.
Yeah.
He's a jerk because he has a motorcycle.
Yep.
So.
Do you think that, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
All right.
Yeah, it's probably safe to say.
Yeah. Okay. Superman flies, lands on a right next to a manhole cover, which comes up and bashes him under the chin, which is kind of cool. So,
yeah.
That's show. So.
Yeah.
All right. So she puts the Star Sapphire around his neck
and makes him her slave.
Mm-hmm. And he can't lift it up. And she makes fuses his lips together.
So he can't talk, or
right, but he can. And he tells Lois about Star Sapphire.
So she comes out with that costume.
Yeah. But before that, Superman kisses her boots.
Right.
Which is kind of cool. And Superman's unhappy about that.
Right.
I don't know. Some people are into it. I don't know.
Remember that story we read where Lois made baby Superman wear a bonnet and like embarrassed him? Remember that? That was great.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Carol orders Superman to destroy the Galaxy building, and everybody wins.
And then Lois steps out as a Star Sapphire, and because she's wearing the costume, Superman will obey her.
Mm-hmm.
So she tells him not to, and there's confusication that goes on enough to.
Yeah. So Lois sends him up in the air, and then
the Star Sapphire chain falls off his neck.
No, it sends him back down.
Yeah.
But he turns upside down, and the chain falls off his neck, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
And that is pretty cool. That was kind of clever.
Yeah. And then so Carol Ferris goes back to the. Yeah, it's the end. So.
Oh, the next fun issue of what is this? Action Comics with Superman. The skyscraper that screamed for its life.
Yes, and we will read that issue.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly.
So
I know. So the last book we got to talk about today is Fightin Marines, number 131. It's a Charlton comic, and this was pretty cool. It's a war comic.
Good drawings.
Yeah.
And not too stupid.
Yeah, there were almost 0 credits for this whole comic. And it bugged me because the art was kind of familiar, but I just couldn't place who it was. But anyway, the lead story is called Wake to the Rising Sun. And I have 0 credits. Joe Gill probably wrote all of these.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wake is referring to Wake Island, and in World War II, right after Pearl Harbor, Wake Island was I think it had about 400 or 500 Marines. Sure. And some Air Force personnel. Yeah. And the Japanese fleet bombed the crap out of it and took it to a lot of trouble. They made a pretty cool movie about it. Yeah. I'm not sure Wake Island and all this during the war. Yeah. I mean, this is like the day after Pearl Harbor, this story, or something right around there. Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. Most of it. Let's see. I think the civilians were executed at the end of the battle, and really, I don't think most of the prisoners survived the war. But Japanese were, I'd rather, if I had my druthers, I'd rather surrender to Nazis than Japanese soldiers in World War II. Wow. Yeah. Unless I was Jewish.
Right, which you're not, right?
Right.
Okay.
Because they really hated it. But even, I don't know, they treated everybody who wasn't Japanese badly. So sure. I think at the end of the war, I think 20,000, they were killing 20,000 civilians a week or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. All right, back to the story. This kid is on Wake Island. They got there are civilians on there, but the civilians sent their families off. So the kid shouldn't be there. He didn't exist. But holy jeez, he's out with the Japanese. So trying to fight the Japanese. They won't let him because he's too young.
And the Marines are there, and he keeps like, "Can you swear me in as a Marine?" As if that was a thing, which it is not, right?
Oh, yeah, it is.
They could just what?
Oh no. For in a battle like that, yeah, because it doesn't matter. They're going to die, and everybody knew they were going to die. Oh, no, actually, they thought that there was a fleet from Pearl Harbor going to find rescue them, but it turned back for the good reason. If it continued on, it would have sunk. So, and we didn't have that many ships after Pearl Harbor.
It's true. And many of the ships that were built following that to build up our Navy were built right here in Oregon.
Yeah, Kaiser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met a gal who worked there and built those ships.
Really?
Yeah. And her husband was captured at the Battle of the Bulge.
Wow.
Yeah, and he survived.
Yeah.
I met them both. They're wonderful people. Actually, they live in the assisted living facility just down the road from here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Right, but so they find out that the relief's not coming, so they fight it out. And they do well. I think they, in real life, they sink a destroyer or two.
Yeah.
And maybe a cruiser. So they did well. Or they damaged a couple of cruisers. And I think they mentioned it here. So the kid is trying to help, and they don't let him. So Japanese are bombing. Here's this, I think it's a 5-inch naval cannon, and it gets blown up. All the people get killed. The cannon's okay, but the crew is dead. And this the kid is with this other Marine. The Marines, I'll go over and use a cannon. You stay here. The Marine dies. So the kid grabs his machine gun and runs to the cannon, shoots some Japs, and then fires at a Japanese destroyer and blows it in half. So
with the cannon.
Yeah.
So this is fiction, but it's pretty cool though. And the depiction of this battle on Wake Island it's kind of bleak. Mm-hmm. There's some realism here.
Yeah.
And I think
except for that part with the destroyer being blown up, but right. Yeah. And you didn't need the kid, and come on. So, yeah. But kids are buying this, and boys want to be war heroes, and
yeah.
So okay.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool story, though.
I thought the drawing and the art was great.
Yeah, and
I thought it was pretty cool.
It bummed me out that there's like no art credits that I could find for this issue.
Yeah, maybe some more readers can help.
Yeah. The next story is called Hero Types. Yeah. And this is about Korea, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope so. Okay. Oh. Here's our pal, the 50 caliber M2 or Mod 2, so as the soldiers call it.
Okay.
So they're holding people off, and the people are Chi-Coms.
Oh yeah, Chinese commies.
And they are just coming in. So this one guy who's the gunner he wants to stay and kill commies. The other guys want to split, and they're not happy and all this stuff. But they keep on. They kill a bunch of Chinese communists. So they get moved up, and they get promised a 3-day leave in Japan, which is pretty sweet, but they don't believe it's going to happen.
Right.
So here comes another. So they're being moved to another position. Here comes a Chinese communist attack, and it's 10 times more than it was before, and there's a lot before. Here they come, and they're trying to set up the 50 caliber machine gun, and it's super duper heavy. And I've carried. Well, you take it apart.
Yeah.
And the barrel is about 50, 60 pounds, and the receiver is about 60 pounds, and the tripod's about 70 pounds.
It's heavy duty stuff. Okay.
So walking around in the cold and the mountain regions gets old. So then they start shooting. They set it up, and they save the day from the evil Chi-Coms.
And they blow away a bunch of commies.
Yeah, and they get their 3-day pass. Yay!
Yay! Hey, a happy ending.
Right, indeed.
I really like the art in every story in this issue.
Yeah, it is.
It was really it's weird because it was a lot of times Charlton, the art isn't too happening. It was weird, like it was so above average in this issue, and then there's no credits.
Yeah, that is odd.
It's just really frosts my
one
cookies.
Of the Chinese communists is a blondie.
That's just probably an error in the color plating.
Yeah,
So
although it's kind of blonde looking there too.
Yeah.
So interesting. Okay.
So the third and final story in this issue, although there'll be a couple of one-page fillers that we should mention, is called Paid in Full. And yeah.
Oh, okay. We got a Marine pilot. What is he flying? It's an airplane.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to know, but so he's okay. Airplanes can do 2 or 3 things in combat. They can kill other airplanes, or they can attack the ground. And attacking ground can be 2 ways: tactical or strategic. Strategic is bombing factories. Tactical is blowing up tanks and keeping men's heads down by shooting at them. And the U.S. Air Force hates doing tactical.
Okay.
And so the Marine Corps is forced to have its own Air Force. Now the Navy's okay with it, but Marines, the whole thing is tactical.
Right.
So, and then all this plane does is shoot at soldiers and tanks, and they blow them up. The T-34s do not look like T-34s. It's too bad. It looks cool though.
Yeah, it really looks cool.
I guess it's close, but not. Yeah, okay.
What can
it's
you do?
generic tank. I love the MiG-15s coming in.
Yeah.
They are cool looking. Very well drawn.
Yeah, I really like the art in this. It's...
Yeah.
I mean, Charlton did have some very fine artists. I mean, Ditko did so much stuff at Charlton. Wally Wood did a handful of stories at Charlton.
Yeah. It's too bad. Too bad somebody's rich cousin didn't buy Charlton and turn it around or something.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's a whole story.
3 big comic book companies. That'd have been interesting.
If Charlton had a chance in the 60s to have become a major force in comics, and they didn't because John Santangelo didn't care.
Yeah.
And it's too bad because they had the resources to become the biggest name in comics, but they didn't care about comic books.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Oh well, I hate it when people are into something they don't like.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
I can understand that
they had a comic book division just to keep their printing presses rolling, but they had every step of the process done in-house. That creates. They had a huge advantage over other companies in the industry, and they didn't take advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, somebody working at McDonald's, that's okay. They don't like McDonald's, but if you own a company and you don't like it, or especially making art, and
well, because
comic books,
Charlton they weren't just doing comics; they were doing lots of magazines and stuff. Hit Parader magazine was what started Charlton, and.
I think it was the first of the popular song magazine.
Yes, it is. And
no Rolling Stone without that.
Exactly. But I think it was Santangelo was just very short-sighted. Hey, let's make some money publishing. But he didn't care, and it was just a junk dealer. They just put out product to make money, and it was a super tightwad about a lot of things, and the product that they produced suffered because so much of it is so cheap, so
you get what you paid for.
Yeah, I mean, when Charlton comics are good, it's like a wonderful, happy accident. Because when they are good, they're really some nice comic books.
And this is one of them, I think.
Yeah. It bugs me.
The planes look really cool. Okay, so he's jumped by Meg, he escapes. So he thinks, I got an idea next time. So he's on this carrier.
Yeah.
And the planes look cool, and they see some I guess it's Russian guns run by the Chinese, and they look really, really cool. Not particularly accurate, but awesome looking. Just really well drawn. And you see Chinese speaking to the phone with a Japanese or nonsense signals saying it's in a foreign language. But always amused by those.
Oh yeah, because we don't care what they're talking about. They're the enemy.
And we already know what they're talking about.
Kill the Americans, So
our hero's wingman gets shot down.
Yeah.
And he's getting chased by the cool looking MiG-15. It's green, and in real life it does have this big mouth, and that's all it is. And it just. I'm so impressed. So he's following our hero in the MiG, and so the MiG fly. Our hero is very good at killing Chinese communists, and the Marines on the ground know about it, and they like him because he gets low. And in order to hit things on the ground, you got to get low, unless you got a guided missile, and even then, so they see him in trouble, and so they just see the MiG, and they just open up everything they got and shoot him down.
Yeah, blow him away.
So he was paid in full.
Yeah,
not bad.
So we have a pair. I mentioned before we have a pair of one-page fillers, and these are kind of interesting. The first one is called War Machines.
Yeah, we get a picture of the Gatling gun and a silhouette of the Madu's 50 caliber machine gun, and then we have the Turtle, which is the early submarine, and it looks like the Nautilus, but it's a silhouette. It's kind of cool. So we have the Little Willie, which is the first tank, and it looks like a Patton M48.
Yeah, that looks like the haunted tank next to it.
No.
No?
Nope.
Okay. What was the haunted tank? What model?
It was a M2 Stuart.
Oh, that's right. Because Colonel Jeb Stuart, and that's right, because it was named after the Civil War general.
Right.
Whose ghost talked to his namesake, Jeb Stuart, who was the tank commander. So, anyway.
And then we have a Voisin, which is a French pusher plane in World War One. And next to silhouette, I like the silhouettes. I think it's a 106 Delta Dagger.
Probably. But it was just showing like the early forms of these war machines, and then the modern version, which is cool.
Yeah, but the earlier ones are drawn
in great detail,
and the other ones are shadowed. It's kind of a neat effect. I like.
Well, it's an educational piece. We're learning something about the past. So our next one-page filler, and this will close out the issue. This is the only credited thing in the issue, and it's called MiG Alley, and the art is by Pat Boyette. and I recognized it right away. I recognized it as Pat Boyette's by looking at that plane, the MiG.
Huh.
But then I looked at the pilot's face down at the bottom, and I'm like, oh, that's a Pat Boyette face. Sure enough.
Yeah. I love the guy. I just killed this MiG and I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm satisfied.
Eat it, commie. But yeah, this is just talking about the MiG airplane.
Yeah. Yeah. These are F-86s and they're kind of cool. So, not bad.
Yeah. So, anything to talk about with that batch of comics?
Nah.
Okay.
Except for the Tron comics, they were kind of cool. So.
Yeah. Want to take a look at the comics we have for next time? This will be our next 2 episodes.
Okay. Armageddon. Okay.
And
Sergeant Fury, and he has... Oh, who's that goober?
Oh, it's Baron Strucker.
Oh,
We'll be reading Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos annual number 7.
Mm-hmm. Shauna the She-Devil.
Yeah, Shanna the She-Devil, number 1.
2. All right. Dagar the Invincible.
Yeah, this was that book that Don Glett and Jesse Santos worked on that I told you we'd be talking about very soon.
Mm-hmm.
And
pretty cool.
There we are. And then
no. Okay. Well, okay. I know this is going to be stupid.
we got Superman number 262, lead story being the skyscraper that screamed for its life.
God almighty. All right.
Then Superman 266, Superman meets the Nightmare Maker.
Oh, God.
And a return of Valdemar of the Flame in Superman number 270, the Viking from Valhalla.
Ay.
And another Charlton comic. It's For Lovers Only, number 67.
Oh.
I think you're going to have fun with this issue.
I think so, too. Are there anybody who's not a lover? I guess priests and nuns, I guess, and monks.
I don't know.
But, aren't most people...
Well, one would think.
Yeah. Well, hey, look at us. We love comics.
Yay!
Old ones at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you...
I'm going to leave it one word, and one word only. Links.
Oh!